For our class today, have a yoga strap or a scarf and 2 yoga blocks if you have them, as well as a blanket. And with the blanket, we're going to use it right away. So open it up and then fold it so it's kind of like a long rectangle. And then you can place that in the center of your mat. You lay your lower back down over it. So placing it in the middle of your mat, sit just on the edge of it with your bum and then lie flat on your back, making sure that the blanket is right under the flat surface of your lower back. And you can rest your arms by your sides. Depending on what feels most comfortable for your legs, you can have your knees knocking in or apart. Close your eyes down. And we'll just spend about 5 minutes here just with the breath. So drawing your attention to your breath now. You can manipulate the breath if you want or just make it natural. That's up to you. Following the in and out. And the inhale and exhale have different qualities. Inhale is opening and expanding. Exhale is releasing and letting go. So fine-tune your attention so you can really feel the impact of each breath. The flow of each breath. And if you get distracted, just come back to your natural or slightly energized breath. And as you're exhaling here, feel the connection you have to the floor through your feet and your back. And see as you exhale if you can sink further into that connection to the ground. So you're relaxing down with gravity. And then bring your attention to your spine. Feel from the tailbone all the way up to the crown of your head. Just like your breath expands and contracts, your spine has that same capacity, up, down, and outward. And if you happen to have forgotten to bring your strap nearby, go ahead and grab it now. Just have it nearby. We maintain hips on the blanket. You might just want to adjust it. Maybe it feels like it could do with a little bit of a move. And then as you exhale, just hug your right knee in towards your chest and take a hold behind the thigh. And take a few breaths here. You can flex through the foot so the heel's pressing away. And just coordinating with your breath. Inhale, lift and straighten the leg upwards. And exhale, draw it down. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, draw it down. So while we're working for the next few moments to open up through the legs, we're actually focusing more on the spine today. So you can still feel the spinal connections to the floor. And then the next time your leg straightens, take your strap if you have one, or your scarf, and place it around the ball of your right foot and draw your hands down so your elbows are resting on the floor. You can extend your left leg out if you want to. And just pause here. Come back to those deep breaths. And again, feel the spine from the tailbone all the way up the back to the crown of the head. Just as much as our breath is vital to us being alive, our spinal cord is much the same. Push a little more up through the right foot. See if that thigh wants to move away from you. That's not a matter of straightening your leg. It's just a direction of the muscles of the thigh engaging. As you exhale, release the strap, release the foot, bring the knee into the chest. If your left leg's long, bend it, bring the foot back to the floor, take your right ankle over your left knee. And just settle here for a moment. You can draw your legs in if you want, taking hold around the left thigh, or keep the foot down. And again, feel your spine. So it's on the ground. And depending on the strength of your back, some parts will be touching the ground more than others. Bring your left foot down if it's lifted. Bring the right foot back to the floor and just see if you notice a difference between left and right leg. And exhale, draw the left leg in. Taking hold behind the thigh, flex the left foot. Just pause for a moment. And then as you inhale, straighten the leg up. As you exhale, bend the knee. So just moving with your own rhythm of breath here. Keep your spine down. Next time the leg straightens up, working with your strap around the ball of the foot. And draw the hands down so your elbows are relaxed by your sides. You can extend your right leg out if you want to. Push up through the heel, push up into the strap with the balls of your feet. Toes are pointing in the direction of your head. And then come back to the spine. So feel from your tailbone all the way up between the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, the back of the head, crown of the head. Active through the leg a little more, thigh moving away from you. One more breath. As you exhale, bend your right knee back in if it's long. Bend the left knee in, just hug it to the chest for a moment. And then take your left ankle over the right knee, hug your knees in, or keep the right foot on the floor. And again, notice your spine. If your legs are in towards your chest, there'll most likely be more connection to the floor through your back, just through the changing of the orientation of your pelvis. Find your breath. Exhale, release the feet to the floor. Gently push your feet down, lift your hips up, slide the blanket out from underneath you. Just rest your pelvis flat to the floor. Walk your feet out wide so they're at the width of your mat. Take your arms out wide as well, either straight or with elbows bent. Inhale in the middle and exhale, let your knees fall to the right. Inhale through center, exhale, knees fall to the left. So we're just moving side to side. Again, pay attention to your spine. One more time each side. Inhale, come back to center. Draw your knees in towards your chest and rock side to side and forward and back till eventually you make your way up to a seat with your feet on the floor. Place your hands behind your thighs, draw your shoulders back. And again, feel your spine from your tailbone. Feel up through the lower back, through the mid-back, up through and between the shoulder blades, through the back of the neck, and up through the crown of the head, so you're very tall and long. Maintain that as you inhale, lean back, lift your feet up. So you come up into a boat pose. You can release your arms forward if you want to. The key here is to keep the long spine. Inhale, exhale, release your feet down. You can straighten them out and fold forward. Fully straight or slightly bent is fine through your legs. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, come up, bend your knees, hands behind your thighs, lift your feet. Again, feel from the tailbone all the way up the lower back, all the way up between the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, the back of the head, and up through your crown. Puff your belly forward and your chest forward. On your next inhale, float your arms up, release your feet down, straight or bent, and exhale. Fold over your legs. Again, feel from your tailbone all the way up to the crown of your head. Inhale, slowly come up. Keep your legs down. Take your weight back onto your hands. Bend your knees again, feet on the floor. We come back to the hip stretch we did lying down. So draw your right leg up and cross your right ankle over your left knee. You can come back onto your back and do this if you prefer. Flex through the right foot. Inhale, puff your chest forward. Push your hands down if you're still sitting up. And feel from your tailbone, which is on the ground, up through your lower back, up to the space between your shoulder blades, through the back of the neck, crown of the head. Breathe. Belly and chest lifting. Exhale, release the right foot down, extend it forward, give it a shake. Bend the right knee and then bring the left ankle over the right knee. Find your posture again. Inhale, puff the chest up so the shoulder blades come together on your back. Make sure the breath can flow and feel the spine, the whole length of it. Tailbone to crown of head. Keep your left foot flexed. One more breath. Exhale, release the left leg, straighten it out, shake it out. Come up off your hands and make your way down round to your hands and knees. Tabletop. Once you find your place there, make sure you have your blocks at the front of your mat. So you might want to come down from your dog for a moment. So then once you're there, come up back to your downward facing dog. Fingers spread, palms rooting down, shoulders away from your ears. And you can be moving here or you can be still, bending and straightening the legs. See if you can feel that your spine is in one line. Draw your left leg into the center of your mat. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Push through the back foot, push through the heel. Again, feel your spine, tailbone to crown. Inhale. Exhale, bring the right foot through. Place it next to your right hand. Step your left foot in a little bit and lower the back heel down. Bring your blocks into play. Front knee stays bent for a moment. And move that front hip back. Working with the height of the blocks that feels best. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, bend your front leg. So opening up through the backs of the legs, but the focus is still on the spine. So feel from your tailbone all the way up to the crown of your head. Keep your chest forward and down, shoulders are coming back. The tendency is we round the upper back and we collapse in the lower back. So draw the belly in and keep the chest forward. Come to that straight leg in the front and pause. Again, move the front right hip back. So it's like you're swinging your hips to the left. You can close your eyes if you like and feel your spine. So it's like the crown of your head is pointing to the wall directly opposite you, or the window in my case. Shoulders are free and the upper back is engaged. We have a spinal column. In yoga, we call it the Sushumna Nadi. So it's an energy line within the body. And some say everything you need lives in your spine. It's where the chakra system lies. It's what keeps you upright. On your next inhale, bend your right knee. You might want to move your blocks forward. Place your hands to the floor. Step back to downward dog. And again, find the long, straight spine. Draw the belly in. Allow the shoulders to move back and the chest to move a little closer towards the floor. Center the right foot on your mat. Inhale, lift your left leg up behind you and push back through the left heel. Keep the breath flowing. Exhale, step that left foot forward towards your left hand. Bend the knee, step the back leg in just a little bit so you can lower the back heel down. Move your blocks into place. Pause in the bent knee version, shoulders back. And then start your movement. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend. The front hip moves back. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. All while you feel your spine. Belly in, chest forward. Next time the front leg straightens, keep it there. Shoulders back, belly in. Again, the chest is moving forward and the belly is coming in. So you're flattening out the lower back with the containment of the core. And you squeeze the shoulder blades together to flatten out the upper back. So you find that long spine. One flat line from tailbone to crown. And breathe. Sway the hips to the right a little bit. And then exhale, bend the front knee. Replace your hands on the floor and step back to downward facing dog. Again, still or moving, up to you. So the trick is to be able to create that length in the spine without seeing it. So really feel from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Could it be in one long slope? Find your breath here. Exhale, lower your knees down to the width of your mat. Bring your toes to touch. Take your hips back, coming into child's pose, and have your arms really reaching far, far forward here. Forehead, if it's available, touches down. And feel from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Just for a short moment, walk your hands over to the right side. You can place your left hand on top of your right if you want to, or have them apart. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. And walk your hands over to the left. Again, right hand on left or left hand on right, or apart. Feel your spine. Exhale, come back round to the middle. Walk your hands back towards you. And then release your feet from under you and extend your legs forward. You might want to get your blanket here and fold it back to a kind of standard fold and sit on it for support. That's what I'm going to do. Keep your left leg long and bend your right knee. Bring the right foot in towards your left thigh. Feel your tailbone on the ground. Draw your shoulders back. And take a twist. Exhale, taking the right hand behind you, left hand onto the right knee. Again, with our twist, we draw the belly in, we keep the chest lifted, and that finds that line of the spine. Active through your left leg. Exhale, unwind. And fold forward over your front leg. Now the catch here is to keep that long spine. The tendency is we hunch. So feel the sit bones down. Feel the tailbone pushing down. And this is where sitting on something will be really helpful. And then as you exhale, you keep that shoulders back, belly in. You might need to bend that left knee a little to keep that long spine. Close your eyes down and feel from your tailbone, so the point that's touching the floor, all the way up your lower back, mid-back, between the shoulder blades, back of the neck, back of the head, crown of the head. Exhale, slowly come up. And just switch legs, extend the right leg out. Draw the left foot into the right thigh. And spread your sit bones apart if you feel like you've kind of lost the connection to the floor. Take the twist first. Exhale, left hand behind you, right hand onto the left knee. And you can imagine that as you inhale, the breath travels down your spine to your tailbone. And then as you exhale, the breath travels back up the spine, all the way up to the crown of your head. Keep your right leg engaged. Belly in, shoulders back. Exhale, unwind. Place your hands in front of you. Feel the sit bones down. Feel the tailbone on the floor, lower back. And then as you exhale, bend from the hips, from the halfway point. If you need to bend your knee, as you see I'm doing there, to make that more accessible, then do that. So it's not about getting down. Got nothing to do with that. It's about keeping the integrity of your spine. Exhale, bring yourself up. Extend your left leg forward. Shake your legs out. And we come back to the first side. So you might need your strap. Bring your right foot back in towards the left thigh. And then what you can actually do here is bend that left knee and then place the right foot underneath your left thigh. Place the strap around the ball of the foot once again. Bend the knee up. And again, find the integrity of your spine. So that's really important here. So the sit bones are down. You feel the tailbone on the floor. The lower back is moving in, but the belly is squeezing in as well. Shoulder blades together. Length through the back of the neck. Crown of the head lifting. And then as you inhale, lift your left leg up and then maybe straighten it upwards. Out in front of you. Maybe you don't need the strap. Maybe you can take a hold of your foot here. Or maybe your knee is bent. So spine is what's important. Long, open spine. Crown Chasana here in pose. Often feels quite awkward for people, including me. And find your breath. Squeeze around the left thigh, belly in, shoulders back. One more breath. And then exhale, release. I'm going to keep working with the left leg here. I'll just turn to face you. You take your left foot back behind you here and take a hold of the foot with your left hand. You might want to lean on your right hand and just lift the leg up and push it back. Puff the chest forward, draw the belly in, and feel your spine again. So even if we're in a back bend, we're still working with the spine and its natural curvatures. Exhale, release. Come back with legs extended forward. And draw the left foot in. Bend the right knee and bring that left foot under the right thigh. Working with your strap if it's helpful. Round the ball of the right foot. Lift the right leg up. And then if it's available, straighten and come into the integrity of your spine. So we're not hunched, rounding back like you see me doing here. The shoulders come back. The belly draws in. Leg pushes, the heel of the leg pushes away. Proud and tall from tailbone to the crown of your head. Work with your breath. Anytime you feel you hunch, draw the shoulders back, lean back through the head, length through the back of the neck. Exhale and release. You remove the strap to the side. Keep your right leg bent, but take it back behind you. Take a hold of the foot with your right hand, leaning over to the left. Just lift that right leg up and push the foot back into your hand. This is a puffing of the chest. Exhale and release. Bring your leg back around. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees out to the side for a moment. And just as a comparison, we're going to let go of the straight spine and just lean forward and let yourself round. Shoulders hunch in, head can drop if that is comfortable for your neck. And 5 breaths here. Still feel your spine, but see if you can feel the difference from that upright, straight position to this more curved position. And there's no right or wrong. It's just a different way of doing something. Exhale, slowly come upright. Just pausing in the upright position. Bring your legs together, feet to the floor, and move yourself back onto your back. So come down with your knees bent and your feet on the ground. We prepare for some bridge work. So just place your feet so you really feel the heels and the soles of your feet, the balls of your feet pushing down, arms relaxed by your sides. And again, feel your back on the floor, your spine. And then we come into some bridge work. Really pay attention to how your spine peels up and back down again. So on your next inhale, slowly lift your hips up. Notice what's lifting. At what part of the spine are you at that's lifting? When you reach that full height, you can hug your shoulders in a little bit. And then as you exhale, you'll peel back down. And just again, just feel the spine coming down, down, down. Till eventually you're back on the floor flat. And again, just find your own rhythm. Inhale lifts you up slow. Exhale peels you down slow. Try and make it smooth through your spine. That's often easier done when it's slow. Couple more rounds. Find your last moment here, last round. Feel that moment where the last segment of your spine touches the floor. Once you land, draw your knees in towards you, take your arms out to the side. And exhale, your knees come over to the left, coming into a twist. You can put your block underneath your knees if you need support. And look over to the right. You can relax your focus now. Just be with your breath. Exhale, knees back to center and take them to the right. Support under the legs or between the legs. Look to the left. Exhale, lift the top leg, let the bottom leg follow. Come back to the center. And then extend your legs out and come into your relaxation. Shavasana. If there's anything you need to support you, blanket under your head, pillow under your legs, blanket over your body. Find that here. And feel your spine again. And feel the parts that curve away from the ground and the parts that curve into the ground. And with your breath, no active breathing, but just as you inhale, trace down your spine to your tailbone. And then as you exhale, trace back up the spine to the crown of the head. A couple of times. And then let that breath go. Let the spine go and just be here. Just be here. And as you're here, just feel that you have everything you need. Nothing is lacking right now. And now feel your body as a whole. Feel the space around you. And then gently wiggle your toes. And then your fingers. Stretch yourself out and find a yawn if it's there. Bend your knees. Roll to one side. Curl yourself up, really find that curvature inward. And then slowly press up to a seat. And find from tailbone up through your lower back, through the mid-back, between the shoulder blades, lengthen and feel through the back of the neck, back of the head, and all the way up through the crown, as if your spine is like a deeply rooted flower. Sit bones grounded, and there it spirals up to the sun. Bring your palms together at your chest. Bow your chin down. Namaste.